Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate everybody. I love being here for you. This is my absolute passion. And thank you and welcome to my Sun Sign Love series, where I pick two sun signs and then I describe a little bit about each sign, and then I read your specific tarot energies, guidance. I definitely am an intuitive reader, though I do know the symbolism of the cards. And then absolutely going over some of my important oracle intuitive, I wanted to say divinities, so I'll go with that. My oracle divinity decks that are just, I just absolutely love them. They bring such upliftment and encouragement, which is what I really focus on in this channel. And hopefully you will agree when you have seen this reading for yourself. Today's two sun signs are going to be for Pisces and Cancer. So that's, well, I just want to say that for some reason I do random readings. I just toss the dice before I start the video. Sometimes they fall over the place. I do it just before now, just to save time. I don't do a lot of editing as of yet. Still learning a lot. But I've noticed Cancers come up in different combinations, right? Because there's 12 signs, there's 12 astrology signs, and there's 12 opportunities for each sign in a connection. So that's well over 100. There's only so many days in a month. So I do the randoms for the first 12 days, and then I'm going to incorporate each element, mid-month readings. So that'll be all the air elements I'll do a reading for, all the earth, all the fire, and all the water. And then I'll go back to, once again, the random but important sun sign connection. So it's just a sun sign, that's 1/12 of who we are. We're way more than that, but it's an important part of who we are. It is the sun illuminating us. It's our birthday month. It is our time to have what they call the solar return each year, and just have that special magical time and that energy that exudes to the world. So right now we're in Leo season, so it's a very fiery, passionate, and energetic, fun, social, get out, let's have some fun. We've been restrained a long time. We're going to be safe. We understand all that. And I feel that so strongly for myself. And I've actually been doing a little more things than I've done in about 5 months. So hopefully you are as well. But we are on the water signs. And I'm thinking the reason why Cancer in particular has come up is because we had a lot going on with Cancer. We did finish Cancer season last month. So those energies are still coming through. Also, Cancer had to go through Mercury retrograde in their sign, and Mercury retrograde is a challenging time for a lot of people. Yes, our life goes on, and a lot of people are fine. It doesn't really affect them, minor, but it does affect our communication. And the water signs that I'm reading for today, both being water signs, which is a beautiful compatibility right off the bat, is the sensitivity that they have and the compassion and love they have for others. So when things are, miscommunicated, and that's going to really affect them more than a lot of the other elements. And that was happening, but it allowed them to really work at the base and the root of situations, to get deep into it. The eclipse and the new moon on, June 21st, first day of summer, which is what, Cancer basically, I think it's the day before, but they're a cardinal sign, so they represent new and fresh and beginnings every year for everybody. And that's what cardinal signs are about. They represent each season. So there was the new moon eclipse in Cancer. Once again, this incredible time for just self-evaluation, love connection, love emotions. Giving to others is what water signs do anyway. But I think more importantly now is about giving to yourself and really, really being true and strong and feeling empowered about the is that the word? Imperative need to love yourself and to fulfill your needs, And then, of course, like the oxygen mask analogy, where when you give yourself love and vitality and self-acceptance, you emit that to everybody, and it's a beautiful win-win situation, right? So I think that's why Cancer is coming up. But either way, one last thing I'll say is we had Venus go into Cancer on Friday, so we're on August 10th today, 2020. This reading and information will be from today moving forward, and it can last even longer. Timeless readings are what I'm about. I never claim, this is a disclaimer, to be specific on a specific date. I don't even believe in that. And also, as far as maybe resonating, you might not. Maybe a Cancer's more resonating with a different connection, which you can look and see the videos. There'll be a ton of them, and just click on that. Or it's going to happen later, perhaps. These are evident to me as being possibilities with open mind and options and complete choices of our own. So I'll leave it at that. But the Cancer is the water sign, and it is ruled by the moon. So there is this amazing, beautiful kind of receptivity that always occurs with all water signs. But being ruled by the moon, I always associate with how the moon controls the tides. The tides are water. We have a huge amount of water in each and every one of us. I think 70-80% water. Very, very feeling, very, very intuitive, very psychic, very much about feel, emotion. That's how every water sign bases their life and their choices. And it comes from their heart, And I've always been told since I was very young, being an air sign with the water rising, I definitely think things through, but I know when my heart feels a certain way, that's the absolute necessary move for myself. I feel like that's understood and innate in water signs. Cancer is, once again, the cardinal, so they are initiators. They like to do, they like to be busy, and they're very, very capable, very good with money, very interested in security, very interested in family and the home unit, whatever that means to you. Friendships and all of the other variables of love are included in my sun sign love connections. Because quite frankly, and this is a personal experience and thought, is that, a lot of our connections are going to be friends. They don't need to be anymore. A lot of them are going to be people that come in for our entire lives, that incredible soulmate that not everybody has the opportunity to meet, but I'm told there's more than one. And soulmates can come in all different forms, like animals and family members and even people that have passed on for us, giving us information and continuing to guide us through this life. And that friendship foundation, I think, is essential. I think the word was imperative. I was working that just a little while back. But, it's just a matter of having a foundation that you feel comfortable and trusting. Trust is huge with Cancer. It's huge with everybody. But the sensitivity there with the Cancer is unmatched. And they will hide their deepest feelings a lot of times, because they don't want to be hurt. They don't want to expose that part of themselves, They're quite capable of wanting to, hide a lot of their feelings, and yet so very open to help others, And that's a reality with the Cancers and in general. And I think it's just a beautiful energy. Now, they like to be, in relationships, and they like it to be pretty much one-on-one. You know what I mean? They're not really willing to just continually open and engage in tons of social aspects and, a bunch of, not that they don't have a lot of friends, but I find a lot of times they're more closer to home. Fewer means more, it has more appeal to them. Just a smaller, close circle that, like I said, I relate to as their family, if it's not legitimately their family. But their family especially is incredibly important to them. They are going to do what they can to be of service to you. And they need to have that ability and feeling that they have a security with you as a friend or, love connection. And you will get back tenfold, I've spoken a lot about all the signs now, and I like to shorten them a little bit more now so I can get more to the meat and potatoes, as it were, of the reading. But having a combination then with the Pisces, which is another water sign, and out of the 3 water signs, I believe, and I've said it before, Cancer and Pisces Wow, they're incredibly sensitive, but I think it's actually more on an internal sensory way, if that makes sense. The Scorpio, of course, is sensitive as well, but it's a deeper kind of a down into the depths kind of transformational, let's look at the shadow side of every situation, because that's life, right? They're not afraid to delve into that. They're not afraid to accept and see that in others, the Scorpios. And they kind of thrive on that. They want to get to the mysterious, unseen aspects. And I think the Pisces and Cancer have that capability, but they really want to be more of a lighter, let's get along, let's work through things, let's just love, and love will conquer all, which I think it does. I really do. But that's more of their kind of, vibe. Just this, let's go with the flow, like the Piscean, the fish, in the water, circling around duality. They're a mutable sign. They want to get along. They can get along with most people, and they're adaptable. But the two of them have these moods. It's part of the currency. It's part of the sensitivity that's constantly being, affected in their everyday life. And it's a blessing and a concern to where they need to regenerate themselves. They need to have time alone. They can take on other people's feelings to where it affects them and makes them feel the pain. That's empathetic is what they call that, an empath. The Pisces is just, so self-sacrificing a lot of times, almost to a fault. And what they learn in their lifetime, I believe, is through spirituality, which I find them to be extremely spiritual, as well as Cancer. But just this understanding and this old soul type of reality with Pisceans is they just get once again, the rejuvenation of life, the continuous cycle of life, right? And they feel and they know things just innately, and they understand the human psyche, and they just, these two together are some of the most beautiful, compassionate, loving relationship. They are so caring about each other, and they want to have that unity with each other at all times. They want it to grow. They're not the ones to say, I don't know. They're going to work at it, right? And if it isn't the perfect soulmate for the rest of our lives, that friendship is there. And like I said, that's the basis for most everything that really makes things grow and reach heights that, you don't even imagine until you've actually done it and done the work, done the soul experimenting, done the meditation on it, done the watch the readings, got the clarification, all the beautiful things that are accessible to the water signs, right? So you're not going to find really better friends with these. They're going to be there for you. Now, are they going to necessarily stop everything and go away from their family situations? No, you have to line up too. They're trying to help everybody all the time. You got to be patient. And the other thing I'll say about the, actually both of them, but I would say, as I mentioned with the Piscean, very self-sufficient. A lot of times in their own, job, entrepreneurial comes to mind, running their own businesses on their own time, on their own schedule. They don't necessarily like to conform to that, 9 to 5 type of thing. That doesn't really work with a lot of Pisceans I've known. There's an artistic aspect to that. There's this creative energy that has to come when it comes, right? So when they're able to do their own thing and create their own hours and their own systems, it's much more healing. And the healing is a huge word that comes through for both of these signs. I think they are some of the most healing energies to be around. Just like when you go to the ocean and that water and how it just kind of revives your soul, that's healing. That's what you can get from this connection. That's what you can get from these two signs as friends or whatever it is. And understand their sensitivities, understand their moods, because trust me, they want to be feeling as balanced and even as they can. They just take on a lot. They take on a lot. They feel everything. So very inclined to get great information and downloads through their dreams. That also is equated to the moon. And the information, the unknown, the hidden, their psychic ability is very strong. Their third eye is quite remarkable. And very interested in, the occult and this very thing, the tarot readings and such. So I love this combination. I've read about it before in the last month, and it never changes, in my opinion. It is a beautiful, beautiful, harmonious and balanced relationship. And with, of course, the understandable aspects of every relationship that we need to go through. Always keeping that in mind. I love this for you. And with Venus in Cancer now, till what's this September 6th, I believe. That's all about love. This is a beautiful time. Energy of Leo, getting out, socializing, connecting. Connecting is so important, in general, but it's very, very healing. And then with Venus, that's the magical. That's the planet of love, money, magic, opportunities, feeling good, looking good, and people looking and going, wow, you're glowing. What's going on? And especially important for all love connections. If there's been any issues, they're being worked out. You're feeling a different level. You're feeling a different energy now. And it is positive. We all, like I said, get to have that Venus in our sign. And when it happens, you just feel it. You just know. And of course, you feel it because that's what you're all about. So let's read your energies, though, for today and onward. And it'll be under 4 categories. I am using the Art Nouveau deck, which is all shiny and gold. It's all about the sun, like our sun sign. And, that part of us that wants to just emit this sunshiny kind of beautiful energy, our personality, our ego, our drive. It's very, very highlighted and happening right now for everybody, but definitely for you too. So I'll lay these out and then I will talk about them as they come up. Love it. There's that beautiful, this is why I'm got goosebumps. This is why I do this, because it's so, I ask Spirit to kind of work and just bless and give me the best guidance you can about every single connection and every person, everything on life, actually. And so your foundational card, which is the basic foundation up to this reading, the catalyst of what's been going on, how you've been feeling, is the 4 of Wands. That's all about stability and the security that is imperative for both of you. It's so important. And you've been building this. It's not like you had to, it didn't just come at the snap of a finger, but you envisioned it, you imagined it, you believed it, and you definitely felt it. And you have it. The 4 walls, that beautiful, successful home and love life and money and stability once again. That's absolutely beautiful. So I'm really happy to read that to you. I'm happy to feel that for you as well. You've got the 2 people together here, actually 2 women. Of course, there's no gender association on any of my connections, but just this floral and this just sunshine above, a lot of abundance and prosperity. We're in the month of August, so it's the 8th month, and it's always been in my experience just an abundant, beautiful, manifestational month. And this month is no different. And I know Leo's influence has a lot to do with that too, but isn't that a gorgeous card? So that's your foundation. That's not too shabby, right? And then as we move forward, we have the first card, which is your overall energy. And I can completely understand this because it's just what's been going on, and it's kind of a repeated message. And you have the 5 of Swords. So that is the air element, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. The air element always represents our thoughts, how we communicate to others. Words are very important, thinking, connecting on that level of teaching, maybe. Legalities come into mind, being careful of our words. Like I said, that retrograde, which we're completely out of now. The next one is, October, I believe. So we'll wait on that. But yeah, there were some things that were said that were not making any sense whatsoever. Fives are about change. It's about challenges, I would say. Which obviously can help us to grow. But in the time of it happening, you're like, whoa. Well, I know that the two of you understood and you felt out the situation because you use your gut, you use your heart, you use your intuition, and it all clears the way, right? That's the most important and beautiful thing about being a water sign in general. But yeah, and you recognize that, you know what? I'm letting go and relieving myself and my situation and my environment of anything that I no longer feel to be true. It's been a lot of that, a lot of controversy, right? A lot of things we've really had to sit with. You can be drawn in very easily, and there is this, yeah, I would say on both accounts, there's a susceptibility to that with the water signs, especially the two of you where you want to believe, you want to trust, there's that vulnerability that's there. And you're really growing in that regard as well. That's all about that love, that value, that self-acceptance I was speaking of and knowing. And then the two of you connecting together on issues that you may have had questions about comes into mind. But that's not happening now. You're going forward. You want the truth. You're seeking the truth. And that's really all you're willing to let in at this point. You can only take so much, and there isn't any reason for you to completely change that energy with this beautiful opportunity in August to do so. So I can understand that completely. You are not alone. And then the next category is under the possible blessings or obstacles, and you have the Empress. Mother Gaia, just the ultimate in love and heart and what am I trying to say? Just the beginning of incredible possibilities, opportunities, growth. There's birthing of new ideas. There's birthing of children. There's possibly talk about having children. Maybe you are going to have a child. You're pregnant right now. Congratulations. As a massage therapist, I am not practicing right now, but I hope to be again. And I still get calls, and I had a large clientele of prenatal clients that I really miss. And yeah, it's going through that, the laborious part of life that reaches the end and the culmination, and it's just, you birth this new, whatever it is, new insight to your relationship, to your love, to your dream, your aspiration, whatever it may be, your work, your family. It's the most beautiful, beautiful love energy. And it's all inspiring, and it's all unlimited creativity involved. So I think that's a blessing. I really do. And if you don't know what I'm speaking of now, maybe you know of someone who will give you information about having a child. That's always really beautiful, right? Yeah, that is a beautiful thing. Hasn't happened to me yet. Not pushing that, though. It's okay. It'll happen when it needs to. Divine timing is always exactly what that's about. But I love it. And then you go from there to the love category, and you have the ultimate. You have the Ace of Cups. I feel incredible, beautiful, beautiful, loving, synchronistic, and joyous, happy feelings. The Ace. Starting a new thought process, going to the next level. Just filling your cups, going out, like I said, having a vacation, going and trying something new you haven't gone, going somewhere you haven't gone, working together on, whatever it is. There's just so many possibilities, but it's a gift. And you want to take it, and you want to embrace that and just absolutely recognize it and accept it, and just, this is a beautiful love energy card. I think it's explanatory. It's good things, good feelings, good healing. It doesn't get much better than that. Maybe the Two of Cups. I don't know, Page of Cups comes into mind, but the Ace, boy, the peaceful, well-deserved filling of your cup. So I absolutely love that. Now, the next category is under the category of finances. And once again, you have this amazing reading. You've got 3 major arcanas in a row. You have, I apologize. It's not. It's actually the Queen of Swords. I thought it was the Justice because I'm not wearing my glasses. But no, I'm right. It is Justice. I apologize. They don't label it. Which represents Libra, but it also is air sign and air element in general. It is fairness. It is equality. It is equilibrium. It is, you know, like I said, justice. It's your justice is coming through financially. There's been so many stalls, and as far as the institutions and the government and the waiting and the needs being so strong, but yours is absolutely here. If it hasn't already come, which I'm kind of feeling it has, but it's not that there wasn't waiting for a good amount of you. And if you are still waiting, bam, you're going to get answers. When this is upright, it doesn't even matter. You could have a law case. Some of you, obviously, a percentage do. It's in your favor. It's a yes. You know, this is absolutely deserved, and I feel like I said, there's been a waiting period that has ended. There was communication perhaps about it last month, you know, maybe at the beginning still wasn't making sense, and you felt like maybe it wasn't presented and communicated very kindly. I don't know, but I know that's all over. So I love this reading. I love being able to send messages that are happy, but you know, it's not really up to me, is it? I'm just the messenger, the conduit for the messages, right? But they are absolutely beautiful. So I did, like I said, incorporate the beautiful oracle of the color intuition, because colors are so important. I feel different depending on what color I'm wearing. There's a vibrancy and an energetic, you know, aspect to them, like everything. We're all energy. And, you know, the times that people say, oh my gosh, I love you in that color, whatever it may be, that's your color. And they represent and also go in line with our chakras, right? So you can get a little, you can find probably a chart of some sort online about showing the chakras, you know, from your root all the way to your crown, and the colors that they represent. But these sort of do this as well. And they give an offer, they give a beautiful kind of love sent message about that. And we're going to pull this one because it just came to me. And this is number 30, and it is blue, really kind of a, there's another word, and I can't think of the title, the type of blue, but it reminds me of the third eye and upwards of the chakra. It is the spiritual nature of us. It is our ability to see beyond the surface and the third dimension, if you will, which is very rapidly changing and has been for some time, but is really reaching another whole dimension level. And yours is under the title of resolution. I like hearing that right away. That kind of reminds me of your first overall energy, the resolution and understanding after so long. Problems create a heart of stone. Ironically, I know solutions are always found in my heart. I wait patiently and chip away at the stone with compassion, trust, and intuition, which is what your middle names are, right? Resolutions always arise. I am a peaceful being by nature, and you both are. All things move and change, and there is tranquility in that knowing. And it is about that trust. It's about being still. It's about going inside. It's about allowing and, you know, surrendering and just having that love kind of really helping support all of this. And you got that. And you deserve it. And I incorporated back again, I had the healing with the angels, but I brought this back. There was a psychic hit, if you will, for me to do so today. And this is the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. Beautiful, beautiful oracle. She's a wonderful woman. I've started watching her recently, even though I had bought, you know, decks prior without having really watched her. She's amazing mentor and spiritual leader. Oh, the Shadow Queen. All right, so you have, as your message for today and onward, acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulation. Interesting. That once again goes right back here. Number 16 though, and that's 1 plus 6, in numerology is a 7, and that to me is a divinely, heavenly guided angelic number. A lot of people consider it to be one of the luckiest numbers, but it's working through problems as well. So let us see what it has to say, because it has a very beautiful and special message just for you. And number 16 says, bear with me. The Shadow Queen tells that too many of the details hidden behind your circumstances prevent you from moving forward quickly at this time. She has come with a lantern to help shed light on what is concealing within you or your situation. This is a time to wait for more to be revealed. Perhaps you lack clarity and knowledge of how to proceed with the subject of your inquiry. It's time to educate yourself a little more about your intention and then put the information to work for you. The Shadow Queen asks that you dig deep to gain strength and that you have the courage to ask someone in the know, okay? To shed light on your circumstances. She promises to send that person to you. Be aware of moving too quickly in the dark, as you will likely trip and fall and have to start again. You know, I've never ever pulled this card, but I know it has meaning. And I also know that of all the signs, you already understand this. It's in the dark and the quiet and the silence that the answers come to you anyway. So you're probably way ahead of the game. But I like it because I think it's very conducive and in line with, like I said, the first energy of just the contradictions, you know, the miscommunication, the misinformed, you know, aspect of what's happening in this incredible time, right? And really knowing you've got the ability and just, you know, just a further way to, you know, express that and to guide you into knowing it's coming. Just be patient like you've been, and those answers will come. Absolutely. And it'll be justice. And in the meantime, your love is really strong. So that kind of supersedes everything anyway in my mind. So hopefully you feel that way too. You got this. You got this. Let's finish with that super attractor manifestation message so we can actually build our exact life we choose and see what you got. Ah, beautiful. The star. I mean, that says a lot, right? That's that wish fulfilled. That is exactly what you understand and are working on and are actually manifesting. I accept that good things come easily. I am a super manifester. Bam, yes you are. Isn't that perfect? I love that as a conclusion to this. But I love the reading overall. And I think it has truth, and I think it has great substance, and it has an amazing amount of love and power and healing, like I said. I'm going to put that in the description. The theme is definitely with healing involved. So thank you so much for taking the time. If you did like this, please do like and subscribe and comment and share as I build the channel. And I'll continue to come back, but you might want to check your individual element reading that I'll be doing by after the 12th, because I will have done the first 12 sun signs. And then after that, by around the 15th, 16th, I'll come back to the connections again. But take incredibly good care. Love yourselves and love each other and take great care of yourself. I appreciate you a lot. Until next time, bye for now.